junkguysdfw.net. So, what is website maintenance? What is this? This is like something I've never heard of, but in the last few years, people have been talking about it. I had a phone call earlier today, and one of my subscribers told me, hey, Ricardo, I just bought a website. It cost him $1,500, $1,500. He had someone professionally do it. And I said, okay. And he said, and they're charging me a $250 a month website to maintain the website. And I said, what is that? So I go ahead and I look it up, and then I find out some things. I'm gonna tell you, there are benefits in building your own website, and there's a lot of things that you can learn about your business when you build your own website. And then there's things that maybe you're not very computer literate. Maybe you're not very good when it comes down to drop and plug and play on the computer, or maybe you don't even have a computer, so you have to pay someone to build a computer. One of the things is that when you're paying somebody to build a computer, they're professionals. They know what they're doing. But do they actually know your business? Do they actually know how to run a junk removal service and what it takes to keep a junk removal business going? No, only you know that. And that's why I try to always tell all the people that look at my channel is to build your own website. I'm going to tell you why. One of the benefits of building your own website is that you actually own the website. It is your website. It's in your computer. It will always be there. Okay? That's the number one reason why you want to build your own website, because you know your website better than anybody else. Number two reason, you can change it and you can update it anytime you want. That means if you're promoting some kind of like 15% off, you add it to your website. You add that information to your website so your customers are immediately notified about what's on your website. Number three, you build content. Anytime you plug and play and you put something like Facebook or Twitter or something like Instagram or WordPress onto your website as a feed or just put information, you're building content for your website, okay? Number four, you're maintaining your website. You will always be able to maintain your website. There is so much pride and so much effort that goes in maintaining your own website that it entitles you. It gives you that, hey, I built it, it's mine, it will always be mine, and I can maintain it. And that is where I go to, and I want to talk about maintaining a website. So I started Googling some things about maintaining a website, and I was like, what? This is like one of those things where, you go and you buy a car, right? And you buy a car, you first thing you want to be sure is that there's an engine in the car, of course, and then you want to check there's four wheels and that it drives and then it's new and you're driving down the road. People, when they buy a car, they check everything inside a car. They're being sure they make a huge purchase like this, okay? They want to be sure that this car is running great. But people don't take their time to build a website that eventually, as you build your website, will help you build your business, which will help you pay for that car. And see, that's one thing I want to tell you, okay? Building your website is not very difficult, but getting someone to build it for you, it's easy for you. Why? Because you're just paying them. And you get out of all that mess of learning how to build a website, maintaining your website, building the content for your website. It's ridiculous. There's so many little things that's out there right now that try to convince a new junk removal owner to go ahead and spend your money and I'll build you this website. No, it doesn't work like that. So here's some things that are considered website maintenance, which to me is completely hilarious. So I made some cards about it. The first thing is, what does website maintenance help you with? They check for broken links. They're checking for broken links. So let me tell you what broken link is. A broken link is when you put something like, let me just tell you, okay, so you're donating all the junk to Goodwill, and then you put the logo of Goodwill on your website, and when they click it, it sends that customer over to Goodwill. That is a link. When it's broken, that means there's something in that link that is wrong. So when it sends, it actually goes nowhere. And it says page is not on, but whatever. Website maintenance checks for broken links. Listen, guys, broken link, it is not great for a website, but it will not kill your website. If you make a mistake, go and fix it. It's like having, well, I bought a car, but it's only got 3 wheels on it. What? You check and you're sure that it has that 4th wheel. It's the same thing. When you're checking your website, be sure all the links are working. That's so easy. Number 2, renewal of the hosting and domain. What? Listen, if you get GoDaddy and you use their website hosting, they tell you months in advance, 2 or 3 months in advance, they keep on sending you these emails and they tell you, hey, you need to renew it. And you need to renew your domain, you need to renew your hosting. Trust me, they will hunt you down. They call hundreds of times to tell you. This has happened to me almost every year since I have so many websites, I have so many domains. They're always calling me, hey, you're Frisco, you're Fort Worth, you're JunkGuys, your website's gonna renew automatically. Listen, you do not need website maintenance from some company when GoDaddy's doing it for free. Even my Google sites that I built, they notify, Google notifies me and says, hey, you need to renew your domain. It's the silliest thing in the world. Okay, so another thing that website maintenance does is they test forms. They test your booking form and they test your comment form and they test, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I'm gonna tell you something, you don't need that. When you build that link for your booking form or your comment form, you better be sure you know how to copy and paste, because that's it. It's really hard to actually mess it up, okay? Really hard. Copy and paste. Copy from the form, paste it on your website. It's that easy. And when someone goes to the website and they want to book a junk removal, they hit click it and it goes to that link. Let's go to the next one. Backup of a website. Backup of a website is something that's really easy. So website maintenance backs up your website. Okay. Let's go back to something. GoDaddy, if you buy a website or a hosting or a URL from GoDaddy, they automatically monthly back up your website. Monthly, for free. The service is like $19.99 to keep your website hosted. Well, inside of that is integrated a backup for free. Google Sites does it for free. They don't even notify me. They just back up my website for free. If you're buying a service that does it and they're charging you for it, then there's something wrong there. It's done for free. Many companies do it. Wix does it, GoDaddy does it, Google Sites do it for free. It's just embedded in there. It's something that they always offer. Please be aware that website maintenance is not a huge deal. It's not something that's gonna make or break your company. Now, I will tell you where website maintenance works, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's say you own a huge business, $1 billion business, not a junk removal business, but $1 billion business. And you have a huge website that offers, meetings, virtual meetings, it offers bookings, it offers checkouts, it has so much integrated links inside of it that take you outside to the website, to other of their links, other website, then yes, you need website maintenance. You need someone to be checking all that stuff. But I'm gonna tell you, big companies like this, they don't have website maintenance. You know what they have? They have an SEO expert on hand that's getting paid monthly and working for the big companies. That's what they do. But us, we're small businesses. Guys, we don't need any website maintenance. This is like the whole community insurance thing. You gotta have insurance, commercial insurance, because you're gonna drop that piano from the 3rd floor and it's gonna trample over and hit a little kid. God, you gotta be totally dumb to do that. But I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I'm trying to save your money, and that's why I tell you this. When somebody is building your website, that's one thing. When someone is maintaining your website, that's not necessary. Anybody can do that. Anybody, including yourself. So, do it. Don't let nobody do it for you when you can do it. You can check your own website. Listen, I've told you from the start, always build your own website. I've told you that 100 times, and I always tell you. Why? Because you can change it, you can update it, you can build the content for your own website, you can design it, you can put all the bells and whistles on your own website at any time. You know what? One of the biggest prides that I have is when someone tells me, I just saw your website and I thought it was so hilarious. And I'm like, that's awesome. I take a lot of pride in that. But another thing is you save money, sort of, but you do save money. Building and designing your website can save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars, but make sure that you ask your customers, employees, and maybe your friends input on the website instead of just doing what you think looks good or the functions, the best. Another thing, if a website was cheap but doesn't perform well, it ends up costing you money in the long run than what it would save you. Nobody wants to visit a slow, unattractive, unmobile friendly website that doesn't work. And if people can't navigate your website, then they won't purchase your product or your service, of course. Here's another thing, a benefit of building your own website. You get to work on it at your own pace whenever you want. You can log into it, you can fix something small. If you decide to be like a DIY website designer, you can do it at your own pace, which is really nice. Being able to work on a project when you have time is convenient, but make sure you are giving it time that it deserves. Building a website in the spare 15 minutes you have every once in a while will take up forever, but it can also build your website long term, okay, when you throw it all together. Another benefit of working at your own pace is that you'll decide what's a priority. You won't have to wait as long as, for a task to turn around. Unless, of course, you get super busy, but at least you're your own boss, right? Okay? And here's the best part that I love about building your own business. your own website. Is that you know your business the best. This is your baby. You know your business better than anyone else. So when you make your website professional, when you build your own website, you can skip the whole learning process that you have to go through the agency. You don't have to spend weeks explaining what your business does to another company. You already know that, and you know what your customer needs. So you can make those strategic decisions to help them to help yourself as much as possible. That's what's important. Those reasons are the reasons why I tell people all the time to build your own website. Okay. And let's be honest, you're not a pro at this. You might be a pro at a lot of things like junk removal, but most likely you're not good at marketing. You're not good at web design. You're not good at content creation. You're not good at web development. But I'll be telling you something. I want to tell you something. And when you're building a truly fantastic website, you need to be pretty decent at all those areas that I just said, okay? And if your viewers are going to a website that looks or sounds amateur, it will ruin your credibility. So you want to be sure that when you do it top notch and you do it right, okay? One more thing. Making and building your own website takes a lot of time. Building your own website is going to be a project that's going to cost you a bit of time. Even if you use a builder like Wix or WordPress or GoDaddy, you're likely to spend 2 or 5 hours per page, and it adds up fast. So what you need to do or decide beforehand is that worth your time? Is your time worth $50 an hour, $10 an hour? Then how many hours are you going to spend working on this project, okay? Before you're not running your own business, right? That makes sense? Before you actually have wasted money on what was supposed to be a really cheap solution, okay? But I tell everybody, build your own website. You will appreciate it and you will love it. There's so many companies out there that, that tell you, we're going to build your website for $1,500. We're going to maintain your website for $250. And then in 2 years, you go to get your website and they say, oh, well, we have your website. We own your website. We built it for you. They pirate your website. They hold you hostage. They tell you if you want your website, it's going to cost you $2,000 more. And you're like, wait a minute, but I paid. I paid for my website. I own it. No, we own it. We own the URL and the hosting and the website design. And then you're screwed. So believe me, owning your own website, building your own website is the way to go. And maintaining your website is the real reason why you should not hire someone to maintain it, because it's so fake, it's so fraudulent. Anyway, guys, I'll leave you with that. I hope this advice helps you out. I'll talk to you in a few. Bye-bye.